Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of Tarot and Tea with myself, Laura D. And on this episode we're going to be looking at the number 4 in the Major Arcana, the Emperor. Before I get the Emperor out, I think I'm going to have a good slurp of tea. Again from Foxy Mug, because Foxy Mugs rule. I'm not sure where this is from, it was a present, but it's cool. Right, so the Emperor. As an Aries female, and the Emperor being the representation of Aries in the Major Arcana, for most of the decks I don't really gel with it personally, and I would wonder if many Aries females would. Aries men, maybe so, but for an Aries female it doesn't really relate, and I've always had a bit of a meh, is that my one? It's red, I mean often it's red, which is a good thing, but usually when I go for cards to represent my good self, I'll go with the Princess or the Queen of Wands depending on the deck. But without further ado, let's introduce the very needed Emperor. So well, I'm going to go back to the Empress a second. As we had last episode, we had the Empress, and the Empress is the flowing matriarch. And this is the important physical, sensual aspect of the universe, of the earth. But, in all honesty, how far would that get without the balance of the masculine? Without the structure of the Emperor? Together, in perfect harmony, these two create union. Perfect union, creativity. But, when the balance is too far in certain directions, then we get trouble, as we may have noticed on the planet for the last few thousand years, where the patriarchy has been so dominant, where the feminine flow has been completely crushed. Yes, we are on the cusp of change, it is happening, but it's a lot of relearning stuff, and therefore, again, as a woman, you sometimes look at the Emperor card and just go, because it's representing that structure that maybe you feel you've had enough of. However, let's not do that. I'm telling myself more than anybody else, because as I said, the structure of the Emperor, the organisational skills of the Emperor, the winning of the Emperor is so important if balanced with the harmony of the Empress. Too much of this and we have this very red, controlling, domineering, heartless energy. But if this Emperor is, ruling and setting the rules and the laws down of the land and taking on other people's issues and working through them, and he is totally in balance with his queen, then he's going to be a very, very good ruler, because he's going to have that structure, he's going to have that ability to listen to others and be able to make decisions. If he's dignified well, he will be a very good listener, but always be the one that's going to be making the choices. The Emperor is the Aries masculine element. He is the Emperor. He has conquered. He's got a lovely calf. In this one, he always reminds me of Henry VIII with his lovely calves. But he has a very Henry VIII quality about him. Obviously, Henry VIII was a little bit not Aries, and also, maybe not balanced in his emperorhood. But you've got the king, you've got the crown, you've got the sort of the mountains sort of energy. It's not really mountains, it's very, in this deck, it's very abstract. This is the Thoth deck, this is Aleister Crowley, and this is Frida Harris's art. And in the Rider-Waite, we have more of the mountains and the structured landscape, but this is more alluding to that. You have, as much as the Empress was the Empress of the Moon, the Emperor is the ruler of the Sun ruler. You have the Aries rams there. I like that about the card, like the Aries rams, like the redness of the card, like his crown. He's dominant. He's flexing his perfectly toned calves, and he's sitting there with this is the Hanged Man. When we get into the Hanged Man, look at the Hanged Man card. Upside down, the Emperor is put in the same position as the Hanged Man, but he is not upside down. He is dominant. He is relaxed but ready to rock. He's kind of got a little bit of armour on still. He's got a shield, like the Empress had a similar shield, so it's the protector, the fiery protector. And he is someone that has conquered. He has got to the top. he has done things his way, or is now able to do things his way because of his organisation and structure which he had beforehand. So you have the cosmic chaos. He is the organising force. Number 4 is the structure. Number 4 is the putting everything into like a building, 4 sides, something strong, and that's what the Emperor does. He puts something strong there. In from the cosmic flow of the Empress, he puts in structure. She has the idea, he makes it manifest. That kind of thing. You have the symbols of the scepter there, so he's the dominant scepter there, and also he's got all the symbols of rulership, the crowns, the diamonds. He has the lamb. Again, the lamb, there's a lot of symbolism around this, but like we had the pelican with the Empress, we have the lamb, who can often be the gentle, needing a shepherd, can be a sacrificial lamb, can be something need to be led, something needed to be guided, and he does this. It also shows his gentler side as well, I like to think. And there's a lot of symbology with all of this, and I'm not going to go into all of that today. But the overall impression we get with this card is red, dominant, control, power, organisation. I have made it's an era of time as well, isn't it? As well, the time of the Emperor is the time of when a person was in control of a lot, of a whole, not only a town, but maybe a whole region of countries and a whole area, that the Emperor would be the one in control. And with that great power, as they say in the movies, comes great responsibility. So the Emperor can be an absolute dude. He can be absolutely beautifully, awesomely powerful, the right structure to create and to maintain life. If you want the harvest, the Empress is making the crops grow, but if no one's organised enough to harvest them. So this is the great thing about the Emperor. I love that it shows actually in Emily Carding's Tarot of the She Emperor. I love he's got all of the fruits there in his cape, harvest, the abundance, the structure of farming, the structure to create a lifestyle. So this is needed. As humans, we do need the Emperor card. As much as I don't really relate to it as an Aries energy, apart from I like to win and be on top, and apart from that, I get that more from the Wands court cards. But it is Aries is a masculine energy, and it's the I am, and the Emperor isn't he? I am in charge. On his own, he looks quite looking away. He looks quite unbothered, unengaged with you, maybe. However, when you put him back with his lady, you're in a loving embrace, a loving gaze, and that's nice. So he needs that. Like the patriarchal word without the goddess is a pretty cold, heartless place. The Emperor is needing his Empress to be whole and complete. Fairness over his heart. So he's holding the staff over his heart. He's ruling from, maybe he's taking his heart into consideration. You could say he's covering his heart, but I think he's kind of taking his heart into consideration. He's a strong leader, and he's someone that has put in those rules. Is he going to be good if you're being a bit flaky? Probably not. Is he going to tell you to get organised? Most definitely so. And the Emperor can be great in readings when you do need to get organised. Someone looking at me. When you do need to get organised. The Emperor can be great when you really have to get your stuff together and pull it out the bag and control and organise your life a little bit. Now, control's a biggie. It can be self-control. It can be controlling others. Control is a very on and off subject, really, isn't it? Because self-control, again, can be good as long as you're using it for the right ways. Controlling others isn't good. And the Emperor is working with his power over others. In a reading, this could be representing a very strong man. Doesn't have to be a man either, it can definitely be a woman, but represents someone that maybe I often see this person is self-made, or a leader, a ruler, a businessman, somebody that maybe has their own business in some way and is in control of that. It could be a father figure, as we said earlier. The Empress is the mother, the matriarch. The Emperor is the father and the patriarch. And he is the one that puts those rules down and is maybe the more disciplinarian of the structure. You'll be in by 10 o'clock, missus, kind of thing. So this energy is with the Emperor. Is he someone in a relationship, or if you're looking at him as someone in a relationship, you'd know that he was someone that would be reliable, a bit controlled maybe, or can be potentially controlling. I mean, he's saying this if it's badly aspected. This can represent someone who's so desperately trying to control things in their own life, they're controlling others as well. They can be a little bit heartless. I'm only saying it's badly aspected because I'm going to talk about the good side as well in just a second. They can maybe be heartless because they don't open up to others so much. They're in their own world, it's all about them. And they may be reliable, they may turn up, they may show up, but they may not be on that emotional connection level with you. And so it can be someone who is domineering in your life. It could represent a boss, could represent a character that's in control in an area, in an environment that you're in. In a good way though, there's loads of good things. I just find that some of the older imagery of the emperor, I find it a little bit rigid in a way. There's times two, there we go, that I find unapproachable. But, and I wish I had this tarot deck with me, because the Wildwood Tarot just keeps wandering off. I have it, it goes wandering. I don't know where it goes. It goes on its own little walkabouts. And at the moment, the Wildwood Tarot has gone walkabouts again. And I love the Emperor character in the Wildwood Tarot, and actually almost in the Druidcraft Tarot as well, where it becomes more of a Cananas, more of a horned god, more of a male fertility symbol, or a nature god, or more of the antlered masculine, because that's more my bag. You know, I prefer that to kind of this patriarchal character. Pouting. So I relate to the Emperor more when he's more in the woods. I relate to more people more when they're in the woods, to be quite honest, in a kind of a structured building. So, you know, if you don't find that you're relating to the Emperor in this way, maybe find a deck where the Emperor is portrayed differently, but still retaining the meaning, which is you know, the horned god, Cananas, the kind of the masculine, or in that way is the Emperor of the Wildwoods, and it's a really nice way to connect with it. So I might even put a picture of this card that I'm thinking of, or a couple of the cards I'm thinking of, at the end of this video, just for a different opinion on the Emperor. I mean, this is so needed, but I still can't feel it in my heart that I get excited seeing this card, apart from that it's really red. So yeah, it's got the bees. It's got It's got bees on his gear. It's got some font and some text there as well, and protective energy. The bees obviously represent honey, and not only honey, but represent the fruits and the flowers. Without the bees, you would not have the fruits and the flowers, and we'd all be in trouble. So, you know, as the Empress is the goddess of the flowers, he is the lord of fertilizing those flowers, making sure things happen. And maybe it's his and also with the sting, you know, the bee is the abundant energy, but it also has a sting as well, as the Emperor does. As if he was wronged, you'd imagine he'd crush that fist on you, wouldn't you? You'd imagine that he would not be one to be messed with. A fair leader, perhaps, in a right space, and as he should be, but crossed, and as an Emperor should be when they're crossed, not tolerant at all. There would be, maybe I'd have to talk to his lady about mercy, but she's not always merciful if you upset her children. So, you know, that kind of energy, that strong, rigid energy, which is needed. You know, life needs that, for sure. He's got quite a good chiselled chin in this as well. Look at him, quite chiselled. Good beard. Yeah, he's got all the masculine, patriarchal energy to be in control, to be strong. And it is so needed. As I showed you before, Emily's Tarot of the She-Emperor there. I like it where he's got his very fiery Aries power, and what comes out of that is defending, protecting, but also the nature of the land, the abundance of the land, fruits and the flowers coming in. He's got angel wings made out of leaves there as well. And he is the protector and the creator of life force energy in Doreen Virtue's Fairy Tarot. I'm not a big fan of this vision either of him, to be fair, but I like his heart. I like ones with hearts on. I do like that. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organised. A firm but compassionate leader, which is what is needed. So again, if this dude is well aspected, it comes up good. A firm and compassionate leader, yeah. And actually someone that probably is quite masculine in your life, and someone that can be quite not. I reckon a good lover when he gets to open his heart up, but could be cold and heartless if badly aspected. So the Emperor can be very, but that's everyone, isn't it, really? But the Emperor is a strong masculine energy, and one that we maybe have to befriend again, because we've been through a lot of years of patriarchy and we have a more of a negative, oppressed, well, I know as a woman I potentially do, energy around this card. But if we make friends with this, know it as know that I think that maybe women and men maybe feel betrayed by each other in this day and age. I'm getting a bit deep now, but I think we do. And these two being brought back together in harmony and in union to bring that the trust that the divine masculine can trust the divine feminine, the divine feminine can trust the divine masculine. That's not just outside yourself, this is inside yourself, within, and then we can do it on the outside. So if your masculine and feminine side can trust each other and work together and entwine, then on the physical manifestation level, whatever your sexuality, doesn't matter, you can then trust the other energy. And because I just want to share that, it's coming really strongly as I look at these two cards, that there's been a huge betrayal over time, and wounds have been created between the masculine and the feminine that really do need healing. And then we have that balance where the world will be more compassionate, more strong, harmoniously creating and attracting and working together, which I think, that's what I want in the world. I think that maybe that's what you would like as well. So maybe that's some different aspects of the Emperor there. I hope that was useful and insightful for you. I know I went off on one little bit, but the Emperor is a powerful card, and I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about the Emperor. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.